Hello everyone, I'm Hasini. Uh, I'm currently in BTech second year. I've joined WebStack Academy for my summer internship program of 2026. So my domain is MERN Stack. The title of my project is AI Food Genie app. So MERN Stack basically means MERN Stack is a full stack Java JavaScript framework used to build dynamic web applications. So it combines four technologies into a single uh, cohesive environment. So as we can see, MERN Stack consists of MongoDB, Express.js, React, Node.js. So MongoDB is a NoSQL document-oriented database. It is used to store application data in flexible JSON-like formats. So basically, MongoDB is a non-traditional uh, database which does not use tables like we use in SQL or Oracle. We can store in document oriented formats instead of using tables or using SQL queries. Express.js is primarily used for building server side web applications and uh, APIs. It is lightweight and flexible. It is used to develop APIs and also used in backend of the web applications. Uh, React 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 is used for dynamic user interfaces. Uh, it it is used to it is used widely in web development for creating complex and interactive dashboards in e-commerce platforms such as Netflix and other apps. Uh, Node.js JS lets you run JavaScript outside of a web browser, enabling server-side development with JavaScript. So that is what MERN Stack basically. Apart from the four technologies we've used, we also used Stripe, Cloudinary, Mailtrap, and Grok. So Stripe is basically a payment processing platforms that allows businesses to securely accept online and in-person payments. So basically, Stripe is used to process transactions like handing credit cards or digital wallets. It also gives you uh, pre- security like preserving your sensitive financial information. It is also used to manage subscriptions and also fraud preventions. So the next one is Cloudinary. So basically, Cloudinary is a cloud-based platform which helps developers to upload, store, manage, and optimize images and videos for websites and mobile apps. It processes media on the fly, allowing users to resize, crop, and convert formats automatically via simple URL parameters and API calls. So key functions of Cloudinary include dynamic transformations, allowing you to resize and adjust the images or the videos. It is also it also helps in optimization, basically compressing the files to reduce load times. It also delivers globally. So yeah, that is what Cloudinary does. It basically stores images and videos directly on your web server, uh, slowing things down, and instead of eating up your storage, it is directly on the air. So the third technology we used in this is Mailtrap. A Mailtrap is basically an all-in-one email infrastructure platform for developers. It is used for email testing and email delivery. What Mailtrap does is instead of sending your test emails, it catches all the outgoing emails from your local host and into a fake inbox and letting you inspect how they look. So what it does is it provides a fake SMTP server, which ensures that your code works properly before going live. So sending your testers your instead of sending your test emails to your client, you can use Mailtrap. So the fourth technology we used is Grok. Grok is an AI infrastructure provider known for running large language models at blistering speeds. In a restaurant app, speed is everything. So Grok handles queries that the customers give, and it gives a faster AI response than the delivery service. So basically, Grok was used for the AI description of a recipe or a dish. So instead of typing out a description out yourself, Grok uh, scans the ingredients or the image and it types out a description so that the customer can easily understand. Instead of doing it every time, the restaurant can use Grok. So the last one is Postman. Postman was used for API integration and lifecycle testing. As it is primarily used as a client for API development, testing, and debugging within web application workflows. Uh, it allows developers to send HTTP requests like get, post, put, and delete to verify API functionality and inspect server responses without writing a manual code. Postman isn't inherently necessary uh, for building or running web applications. It is just a specialized tool for testing, debugging, and documenting APIs. It is not a component or part of the web application itself. So, that is the last technology that we have used. So, coming to the workflow, as you can see, we have a backend file structure. The food delivery app basically has backend and frontend files. The backend file handles the logic of the food delivery app. So we are looking at the structure of a backend file. So we can see that inside the backend file we have config, node modules, package JSON files. So backend file is basically root of all the backend code and configurations of this app. And inside backend folder we have config, node modules, app.js, server.js, package.json files. So in the config folder, we have a environment configuration files. The .env file contains all the secret keys and API keys of the Stripe account, MongoDB, and Cloudinary. The node modules file is automatically created by NPM. NPM stands for Node Package Manager. NPM is a default package manager for Node.js, JavaScript runtime environment. And packaged log.json and package.json also have dependency lists the same way like a node module folder. So that is the PPT. So that is the PPT when we look at our code. So you can see on our code, we have backend folder and frontend folder in a food project tab. The backend file, as we saw in the first PPT, we have config folder, controllers, middlewares, node modules, utils, services, etc. And in the front end, we have the React files and HTML files, and also CSS files. So the flow of the app is that when we click an action in the UI, it dispatches a action in the front end file, and that action is handled by slice file, which fetches the API from the database, and this everything navigates back to the uh, restaurant page or web page again. So as we can see, we have a config folder. It has a database.js file, config.env file, and cloudinary.js file. We can see in the config.env file that we have pasted the MongoDB URL. We have also pasted the Cloudinary secret keys and API keys. We also use the Mailtrap username and password, so we can test using the fake emails or the test emails or whatever you call it. We also use Stripe key to work on the payment gateway. And lastly, we used Grok API key so that we can find the description of a certain dish or a recipe. So we can see here how we have a test database where we have multiple folders which are not in the SQL format. We have food items. You can see that they are in JSON format instead of the traditional table layout. So we connect the MongoDB to the backend of the food project app in the console or the terminal to execute it properly. So if we don't control MongoDB, we don't get the restaurants and images. So to run the app in the server, we need to open the terminal. Split the terminal and cd.backend to go into the backend file. Since we have already installed multiple node modules using npm I command like course .env files, we don't need to do that now. We can just start the app. Npm start is the command used to start. So we can see that the MongoDB is connected and it is running on port 8080 in development mode, as we have seen in the config.env file. Now we need to work on the front end part. cd.frontend. cd. So for front end, we use run dev option instead of the start one. npm run dev. Node package manager, but we use the run dev command. So to run the file on this, so to run the app on the server, we use this http.localhost 5713 link. So yeah, this is a web page. So we can see we have many restaurants to select from. We have 8 restaurants since we have 8 restaurants in our database. As we can see, we have 8 restaurants. So the same restaurants are being displayed in this web page. So if we go to a restaurant, we can open it. We can add it to the cart when we are logged in. We can increase the quantity. We can decrease or increase the quantity. We can also see if this is in stock. We also have multiple categories like starters, main course, and the other things like desserts and all. We can also see the ratings and the reviews. We also have an option for pure veg. As we can see, only Haldiram's is showing as pure veg. The rest all are non-veg options, so we can use this show all to show all restaurants, or you can just use the pure veg option to show Haldiram's. We have created this using the action and slice files. You can also see the sort by ratings and sort by reviews option. So when I press the sort by ratings option, sorry, you can see that the restaurants are aligned in a rating order from top to bottom. So we can see the 4.5 stars were on one or on the top, and the rest of them are like in an order from top to bottom. We can also search our restaurant. We can also go to the MongoDB as into the users file, and we can uh, change our role as the admin, and we can change this user to admin, and we can work from the restaurant side as well. We can add the restaurants, we can add the categories and the dishes, and we can add the AI description and everything when we change this to user role to user. We can click update here. Yeah, that's so that is my project. Thank you. It was great working with WebStack Academy. That ends my presentation.